Hey there, welcome back to Tennille Talks. Y'all, I feel like in this reading, I'm talking to the keepers and the holders of sacred feminine energy. Naturally, when you carry this type of energy, you are sharing your location. This means that the spirit world, the natural world, all things organic know where you are at all times. Now, when you share your location, people can see every place that you have gone. But when you carry sacred energy, you can sit in your house all day long. But if somebody were to look at a map to see where you have traveled, it looks like you have gone around the entire town, the entire city, country, state. It looks like you have gone everywhere. And it is really because you make deposits into people. When people cross paths with your energy, they are never the same. Now, whether your energy lays dormant, right? Because maybe it has some time release mechanism. Maybe it's supposed to awaken them at a specific time in a specific way. And then they connect the dots of what it meant to cross paths with you. That's a possibility. But you leave a deposit in people. And so you could sit in one location all day long. But once your energy crosses paths with another, you're on the move, you're on the go. And so when your spirit team, when the natural world looks at a map to find your location, it's not just about your physical body. It is about everywhere that your energy is being held. Some people are talking about you. Some people are thinking about you. Some people are putting actions into place or making plans surrounding your energy. And so let's be real, not everybody that thinks about your sacred energy is doing so for good as opposed to evil. So not only does your spirit team want to understand how your energy is progressing, but your spirit team also wants to know where do we need to protect? Where do we need to show up on your behalf? So y'all, you don't always have to know what's going on, right? You really only have to pay attention to what's happening in front of you. But this reading is saying that there is a situation where you were the topic of discussion, like you showed up in the middle of an event and you didn't even know that you were there, but your location was on. This is because there was an exchange that was happening between two people and you were the source of the exchange. Let me also say this. I don't think that a lot of people, even if a lot of people have access to you, a lot of people don't have access to information about you. And so I feel like everybody has like one specific line. And if you put everybody together, maybe you could generate a complete story about who you are, but everybody just carries a piece. Some people, based on this reading, some people are only relevant because they are connected to you. Some people are only showing up in these readings because of their proximity to you, because you have made a deposit in them. And so when someone wants to know about you, when somebody wants to clock you or understand the type of mood or temperament, when they want to see where you are on your path, they are going to find people that are holding a piece of you, just a little information, okay? And sometimes the people that have information about you don't even know that they are being used, so that they can be, they are being used as a source to gather information. Not everybody knows that. So let's jump into this reading. I began with traffic collision. Y'all, this could be a real car accident, but because we're spiritual, I want to talk about a traffic collision from a spiritual perspective. This talks about a moment where we have lost control and we have deviated off of our intended path. So whatever your life path was, a traffic collision is like the moment where you drive off the road. Now, the traffic collision in this reading is being described as somebody who is carrying a trickster spirit. A trickster spirit means that, listen, we have unhealthy habits. We are attached to people, places, and behaviors that are not good for us. We're kind of living in our ego. We don't feel like we can get free. We feel bound to something. This is like kind of us being in our lower nature. So you have a person with a trickster spirit, but they're also in the energy of partying. On this card, it says time with friends, having fun, happily single, living in the moment. Y'all, there's nothing wrong with partying, but all things must happen in a way that is balanced. When you do something too much or when it begins to consume you, this is that energy of ego, being attached, not being able to liberate or free ourselves. This partying type of trickster spirit is a traffic collision in somebody's life. If it doesn't lead to a traffic collision physically, this is a spiritual traffic collision. They are off of their path. They have deviated from their life's path. Now, in the process of partying, meeting people, having a good time, I have the Jack of Hearts. The Jack of Hearts talks about being introduced to someone new. This is like a friend who has really good intentions and they want to set you up on a blind date. Or they're like, you know what? I know somebody that you can do business with. I know somebody that you can work with. And so this is like a surprising invitation. It's like you're expecting it, but you're not expecting it, but it's exciting at the same time. So somebody experiences a traffic collision while they are out partying. Y'all, somebody met or somebody crossed paths or was introduced to a specific type of soul and they had no idea what was to happen next. First of all, the soul that they crossed paths with or the soul that they were introduced to was only there to find out information about this Queen of Hearts. So it seems like just a random introduction. It seems like, oh, I know somebody you can do a business deal with. I know somebody you can work with. Maybe this is somebody you meet at work. Y'all, it seems totally random. But all of this is surrounding the keeper of divine feminine energy, which is why Yemaya is here, which is why your spirit team, y'all were the topic of somebody's workplace discussion, not even knowing it. Now, the next card I have is actually a proverb. It says, confiding a secret to an unworthy person is like carrying grain in a bag with a hole. So here's the setup. The very person that this person is introduced to is needing information about the carrier of sacred energy. They're needing to know something about the Queen of Hearts. This person gets off of their path, causes a traffic collision because they share a secret. They tell something, they say something. Now, I have death and the deviant. When death comes out, this talks about a relationship being over, no second chances. You know, in order to grow and to transform, I got to end this. I got to move on to this. This cycle is closed. What's dead is dead. Now, the thing that is dead is coming out as a tower. When we're talking about the deviant in this deck, we're talking about something that is chaotic, something that brings destruction. Y'all, this is that moment when like our life is on fire. It is burning down. This is like where you got to feel your feelings, but you don't want to feel your feelings. And so I feel like somebody confesses or says that they may be healing. They may be healing from a Queen of Cups energy, or they're saying the Queen of Cups is healing. Somebody is saying that the Queen of Cups is, y'all, whatever the secret was about you. And it was only a secret because somebody wanted to know it. Like, this isn't information that you would naturally share. It means like somebody specifically asked because they wanted to know. And so it had to be released. It had to be spoken by the keeper of this knowledge. Y'all, whatever it was about you. So as soon as somebody recognizes that a relationship is over, there's been some type of tower moment, you're possibly healing. Now somebody is like, oh, this is the perfect time to make a move. Well, now we have a Queen of Wands coming out as a snake. And so the very person that that was living in this trickster spirit of being this party, meeting people at a party, they met a Queen of Wands that was a snake. This Queen of Wands just wanted to know one thing. Now, the Queen of Wands doesn't have to be male or female, but the Queen of Wands talks about like somebody who is magnetic. They have the power to influence. Now, they could use it for good or evil, but like they have that power. This is somebody who could be jealous, somebody who could betray. But this is just like somebody who's kind of captivating, but they also kind of get what they want. Okay. And so you've got a snake coming out in the energy of the Queen of Wands, but here comes Yemaya. As soon as this Queen of Wands got the energy that they needed about the Queen of Hearts, Yemaya enters the picture. And this is what I mean. Your location, like your energy, as soon as the secret was revealed, it is like you were deposited in the mind of this Queen of Wands, but they were a snake. And so instead of tracking the progression, this is when your spirit team sends protection. Now, the Queen of Wands or this snake is really looking for a come up. I have the 9 of Diamonds. This is the energy of like expecting or hoping to receive something. It's like you're looking for opportunity. You're looking for a treasure. It's like somebody was looking for some information, but they didn't count on your level of protection. They didn't understand that you were guarded during times of challenges. There's an entire defense system. And so somebody just wanted to know that the Queen of Hearts was either healing, that they were recovering. They wanted to know that something was dead and over in the life of the Queen of Hearts. They felt like if they knew this secret, it would set them up. They wanted to know when to strike. Like they wanted to know when to strike, but what they didn't consider is that your location is on, which means that your protection is always on. And so y'all, this is not anything that ever really had to make it to you. Maybe you knew that secrets were being revealed about you because people needed certain things in order to figure out how to access you. And then people who were going through their own traffic collisions in their own life, those are the vulnerable people that are going to be used to leak information. Now, when the smoke clears and everybody recognizes what really happens, y'all, this is about somebody who possibly loved you. The partier, the trickster spirit, the person who fell off of their life's path, who told too much about you, right? Because maybe they met somebody at work, they were introduced somebody like that person. This is somebody that is coming out as having as love overflowing. You were an Ace of Cups type of moment for them. When they crossed paths with you, you deposited something in them that would grow them, but it also made them a commodity. For anybody that wants to use your energy, possess or taint your energy, it turns even those that favor you. It makes them access points for spirits that don't want to use your energy in a way that's holistic and healing. And so we have somebody right now who is trying to replay events in their mind. And they're thinking about the moment that they felt divine love, romantic love. Now, yes, they crossed paths with a snake and they had a short exchange. The only reason why that exchange happened is because they were connected to you. The snake was just looking for key information, but what they didn't understand is that you were already protected. I have death. I have the Ace of Spades. Something about your love forever changed and transformed somebody's thinking, the way somebody feels about love, the way somebody approaches love. Like somebody is replaying the events of you over in their head again and again and again. And so I feel like the traffic collision, this is like the aftermath of the traffic collision. Now people are really thinking and they're putting pieces together. They're able to see, well, who was the real and who was the fake? And so now you can see what was love and what was lust. The other woman, the competition, the one that carried the snake energy, that was really looking for a key piece of information, that was somebody that was there for a good time, but not a long time. But your spiritual protection was all over that energy. All right, y'all. So I really feel like this is for the keeper of sacred feminine energy. I'm probably going to see you later on today, guys. And so I will keep you posted, but I think I'll post something to the community board anyway. But I was really hoping that we could do a live or something later. So just keep an eye out for our community boards. I love you, and I'll see you soon. Take care.